What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about basically the week that Warner Bros. Montreal had on Twitter. Now, this is kind of, and I look at this this way too, pretty positive. We're getting very, very close to DC fandom, and I think probably naturally, as we continue to get closer, there's going to be, I would say, probably doubt in some people's minds that it's like, okay, well, could this actually not happen? And in fact, I even wanted to do kind of a fun little video, which may not even be all that much fun, right? Where we talk about, like, if the worst case scenario, if the game is not there, then what happens? I may make that video, but in this video, again, there's two different things that happen on Twitter, Warner Bros. Montreal related, that I look at as a very, very big positive. Now, before I get into that, I just want to promote my second channel really quickly. If you guys have not yet checked it out, I'll leave a link for it in the description below. It's called Podcast Now Plus. I've covered Batman there as well. It's just a chance, it's a place for me to be able to upload additional content that I'm not able to here. So again, if you guys haven't checked it out, haven't subscribed, there would mean a lot to me if you did. Okay, two things with Warner Bros. Montreal this week. First thing is they didn't do their job posting. Now, they have skipped before. This is not the first time they've skipped a week of job posting. I believe they did it 4th of July week that 4th of July was on, which I believe was like that Sunday. I think they didn't do it that following week, or maybe it was the week before, but they have done this before where they have skipped a week out on doing their job posting every single week on Twitter. But, honestly, last week they didn't do it on the Monday. Remember, normally it was every single Monday. Every Monday would come, they would announce their new job thing, which again isn't new. I know I just said new. It's not, I mean, it's new in the Twitter realm, but it was always on like their site. You can go on their site, you can look at all of the different jobs they have available, all of the basically positions they're hiring, and you look at those and they're just putting those pretty much basically on Twitter. And they were doing that every single Monday. There was a couple examples, I believe 2 times they've done this, where they didn't do it on the Monday. Now last week, not this past week that just happened, but the week before that, they did it on the Thursday. So they waited. For some reason, they didn't do it on the Monday. They waited all the way till Thursday to post it. And then this past week that we just, got basically through, right? They completely skipped out. So that is a pretty big deal. I think, you look at it and you say, okay, well, I mean, could they have forgotten? Could they have run out of job postings? Whatever the excuse or whatever your reasoning may be. And you could be very well right. But at the same time, why? Well, I mean, I guess one is they would literally have ran out of positions they're looking to hire. Okay, they're not hiring 1,000 positions, so eventually they're going to get to a week where they've run out and they've already promoted basically all the positions they're looking for, which could very well be true. On the other hand, again, here we are now, less than 3 weeks, right? 2 weeks, 6 days until DC Fandom. As I've been saying, eventually you need something, I think, from Warner Bros. Montreal. Some kind of sign, some kind of either, very blatant nod or like a gentle nod saying like, hey, we're going to be there, we're going to show you, what I mean, however they end up doing that, right? We've talked about some different ways they can do that in the past, but I feel like this whole job thing, honestly, well, to me, I'll say this. I mean, I guess I don't have any they can do whatever they want, right, on the Twitter. They can do whatever they want to on there. But to me, I don't care about it. They're a gaming website. I know I see a lot of people, kind of reply to them. I more or less joke around with them when they post these, but I know I see a lot of people tweet back to them and say, you are a gaming developer and you're tweeting out job stuff. It's got, I guess, I mean, it does have to do with the game because they're hiring for it. But again, as people have noted, including myself many times, some of those job positions, I'd say probably half of the ones they're hiring for in general, are not even for the Batman game, right? They're probably for the second game, and we can kind of just infer that by a lot of the descriptions, even by kind of the titles that they're hiring for. A lot of it is not for this Batman game, right? And I've been actually saying that for around a year now. So you have that, okay? The fact that maybe they're done promoting jobs and saying, okay, we're not going to do that anymore, keep our Twitter clean, move on from that, and then maybe they can start teasing us. Maybe they can start teasing it as early as this upcoming week. Obviously, that's something that I would like very much, right? But you have that. The second thing is they changed their logo. So their logo has, and I'll try and show pictures of what it is now versus what it was, or at least what it is now, very clearly changed, right? I guess not the most drastic thing. I think some people didn't even notice, but it is a change. So, again, why change your logo? Why now? Why now, 3 weeks before DC Fandom, do you feel the need to change, how your icon basically looks like? It's these kind of things. And again, I mean, you could say, well, why are you making this video? The reason I'm making this video is to try to, again, kind of bring some optimism. I do feel like over the next week and a half, if there's nothing, if there's no leaks, if there's no talk about it, if they continue to, I guess, go silent, even though I would say that the more silent they are, maybe even a good thing, because a lot of times developers or things like this, they do go very, very silent right before they kind of come out there, right? I mean, that has happened before. In fact, it happens across the whole gaming industry. So you could look at that as a positive thing. I look at it as, well, maybe they're going silent in the very short term to then tease something, to then, I guess, go silent again, right, for maybe a week or so, and then come back out at DC Fandom. So, I'm using this as positivity because I think as the weeks go on, if there's no talk about this game, people may start to lose more and more hope. And again, I mean, look, I guess it's not impossible that this game isn't at DC Fandom. I think it absolutely will be. I think this is of all the times we could say this is a lock to happen, this is that time, right? But I can understand, I completely get why people would be very, very skeptical, how people are in the whole basically wait and see kind of situation where it's like, all right, well, they have to kind of prove it to us. I get that. All I'm saying is, I think if you look even at just this past week for Warner Bros. Montreal, why change your logo? Again, minor change, not everybody even noticed it. They didn't even make it a big deal. It's not like they tweeted and said, hey, we're changing our logo. No, I mean, I think it was Thursday, they just changed it. Okay, all of a sudden it was just changed around early afternoonish. So I mean, that's something that they kind of just slipped under there. But again, why do you do something like that? I think you do. Actually, the answer is pretty simple. Normally you update or you change or you alter, whatever word you want to use, like things like that, logos, all of these different things. You do that right before you're about to announce something or before something comes out, something like that. That's when you do it. So, I mean, this makes perfect sense. Change your logo right before, not even change it, right? More like update it, kind of like refresh it for the modern age. And then all of a sudden the game gets announced in a couple of weeks. It lines up, I would say, pretty darn well, right? And again, job listing, you could say, well, they probably just ran out of job postings, or maybe they forgot, whoever was in charge of that maybe fell asleep at the wheel, whatever the reasoning is. But at the same time, could also be that they're trying to, let's move away from that. Let's kind of keep it quiet for a little bit on our Twitter, and then let's kind of come out and say, here's when. And again, I think I do agree with some people. I mean, the job postings are already on their website, so why do they even feel the need to do it on their Twitter anyway, in case somebody who's only on Twitter that was looking for a job in the gaming industry? I mean, so it was pretty darn weird overall, but I think honestly all good news. And again, with that being said, we only have less than 3 weeks now, so the light is absolutely at the end of the tunnel. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that these things, basically, I guess you could call them coincidences, right? Do you think that they're pointing to something else? Let me know in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, podcast now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I got a very, and I do mean this, very special video coming your guys' way on Tuesday. Something that I've never, ever done before. Batman, and actually only twice in general on the channel. So I'm really, really excited for you guys to see that video. More Batman stuff, obviously leading into DC Fandom, and then we got to start getting ready. We'll get ready probably next week. I'll start going over maybe some of the stuff that I'm planning for Batman content, but we got a lot of stuff basically to go over when not just the Batman game is announced, but also Rocksteady's, and who knows, Injustice, a Superman game. There could definitely be more stuff there too, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.